Good morning, guys. Today we're going to take a look at a rifle that the Czechoslovakia used from 1952 until 1959. You could tell by looking at it, before I even say what it is, it definitely takes its cues from the Soviet-influenced SKS. But like Czechoslovakia and later Czech Republic have done often, they like to switch it up a little bit. So, not to be confused with the VZ CZ52 pistol, we got the VZ, or model, Vazor 52, chambered in 7.62 by 45 millimeter. So I'm going to back out here. The rifle on the table here was developed shortly after World War II. It's a 10-round box-fed semi-automatic based on the Soviet SKS, but just kind of based on the fact that it's a 10-round mag and a semi. That's where the similarities, end. It had a short service life of about 7 to 8 years in actual military use. It was replaced in 1958 by the VZ58. I don't have a lot of room to show the rifle, unfortunately, guys, but I'm trying to get the best pictures I can so you guys can see how unique this rifle is in design. Rear sight's very SKS-like. You got a front post like the SKS. You have a fixed bayonet like the SKS, although it's different. I'll show you guys how that works in a minute. So, in normal Czech fashion, they decided to make a rifle slightly different than what the rest of the comm block were using. And they came up with this. As I said before, it was short-lived. They came up with the VZ58 shortly after, which was much more like the AK and more of an actual combat assault rifle versus this rifle that would have been outdated by 1960s. Everybody was using 30-round mags, semi-automatics, or full automatics, actually. So, some of the countries that also use this as Czech, when they let these go out of service, they gave them to other nations. They exported them. Some of the nations were Nigeria, Yemen, Syria, Israel, Egypt, and Indonesia. So now we're going to take a look at the rifle. I picked this up at a gun show. This has been a unicorn for me. The stock has some stock repairs for sure. You can see where there were some cracks. Up here, they repaired it and put a pin through it. I usually like to have shooting footage with my videos. Unfortunately, we're not going to have any shooting footage with this one because I can't get ammo for it. I found 20-round boxes for $40, and I'm not going to do that. So another option I found online is conversion kits where you use blue Loctite and you put in a chamber adapter to neck it down to 7.62 by 39. I haven't done this. I've considered buying the kit, but I have not done it as of yet. If I do and I take it out and I test fire it, I'll make sure to either add footage to this video or update with footage shooting the rifle. So this gun is a 56. It has the She, which is the military issue for the factory at the time, the cross swords, which is also the military approval, and the date 56. green military nylon sling it was issued with. Top heat shield that comes off and shows you the recoil assembly, the piston assembly basically, is under there. And here is the lever you push down to use the kind of useless bayonet, because it's not really sturdy. But like the SKS, the bayonet's built into the rifle. So that is the VZ52. I would have done a more detailed video at home, but since I'm never going to shoot this rifle and I don't have a lot of footage to add to it, and it was such a short-lived rifle in the Czech military history, there was only so much I could say about it. On tabletop, you see the VZ52 pistol, which would have paired up nicely with the rifle at the time because they both were in use in the same time period. Both were short-lived. Actually, the rifle was much more short-lived. I believe the pistol went all the way till 80s. So, that was not as short-lived. It's a very cool rifle, guys. It basically is a collector's piece to me. I'll show you the repair up here. You could see where they did the wood filler over the brass pin. You can see where they spliced it together. I believe it would hold. And if it comes loose and cracks more, it's at a spot where I could get some brass pins and epoxy myself and probably firm it up. But it also has a recoil lug built in that should eat up some of the recoil from the bolt. Stocks are non-existent, so when you get a rifle like this with a cracked stock, you kind of just have to live with it. Field repair. This looks like it was probably a factory repair, but I don't know. But since I'm never going to shoot it, and if I do, I'm going to put a chamber adapter on it and probably shoot it a handful of times with 7.62 by 39. I'm not too worried about it. So, there you have it, guys. VZ52, semi-automatic, military rifle, 10-round magazine. Would have served on the front lines of the Cold War with Czechoslovakia, later being exported to African regions and Asian regions, as well as the Middle East, to different militaries and groups. So if you like this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully I'll get the next video up with shooting footage of the VZ58. Thanks, guys. Until next time, continue to follow us at the History Through Firearms channel, the VZ52.